Most people want to know how to get rich in 6 months. They watch videos, read tips, save harder, but almost no one gets there. And it's not because they're lazy. It's because they're missing one core skill that changes everything in personal finance. This skill decides whether money controls you or you control money. And without it, how to build wealth and financial freedom stay just ideas. Let's start with the foundation. Controlling cash flow. If money disappears the moment it hits your account, stop thinking about get rich quick. You don't have an income problem. You have a cash flow problem. This is the skill no one talks about. But without it, you can't get rich fast. Not in 6 months. Not ever. Cash flow is simple. Money coming in. Money going out. That's it. Yet, most people never control it. They only check their balance. If there's money, they spend. If there's none, they stress. That's not personal finance. That's guessing. If you want to learn how to get rich, or even how to get rich quick, the first rule is control, not income. Let me show you why. Imagine two people, person A and person B. Person A makes $5,000 a month, but spends $5,200. Always broke, always stressed. Person B makes $2,500 a month, but spends $1,800. Calm, stable, growing. Who's closer to financial freedom? Yes, person B. Why? Because wealth doesn't start with how much you make. It starts with what you keep and control. This is the foundation of how to build wealth. Cash flow control means you know exactly where money goes. You decide before you spend. You tell money what to do, not the other way around. Here's a simple illustration. Think of money like water. If water flows in but leaks everywhere, the tank never fills. Cash flow control is fixing the leaks first. Subscriptions you forgot, impulse buys, lifestyle creep. This is one of the most underrated money skills. And here's the part people get wrong. Controlling cash flow doesn't mean living miserable. It means awareness. Once you see the numbers, behavior changes automatically. You stop asking, "Can I afford this?" You start asking, "Does this move me closer to freedom?" That question alone can change your life. And here's the truth no get rich fast video tells you. If you can't control $1,000, you can't control $10,000. More money just makes bad habits louder. That's why this skill comes first. Because once cash flow is under control, something powerful happens. Money stops leaking, savings grow, opportunities appear. And now you're ready for the next step. Because control alone won't make you rich. You need to turn ability into income. Which brings us to the second point. Turning skills into money. Here's a truth that hurts a little. Being smart doesn't make you money. But being useful does. And this is where most people fail at personal finance. Most people already have skills. They just don't make money from them. They know how to write, design, edit videos, analyze data, talk to people. But skills alone don't pay bills. Money only shows up when a skill solves a problem someone is willing to pay for. This is a core rule of how to get rich. Let me make it simple. A skill in your head is just potential. A skill offered to the market is income. That gap is everything. Here's an easy example. You might be good at editing videos. But if no one knows you can help them get more views or sales, you earn zero. Now imagine you say this instead. I help short-form creators turn videos into viral clips. Same skill, clear result. Now it makes money. This is how people move toward financial freedom. They stop saying, I have skills, and start saying, I solve this problem. This is the heart of how to build wealth. You don't need to be the best. You need to be clear. Clarity beats talent. Another example. Many people are good with numbers. But accountants don't get paid because they like numbers. They get paid because they save businesses money and stress. Result first, skill second. This is one of the most important money skills you can learn. And here's the mistake beginners make. They wait until they feel ready. Until they feel confident. But confidence comes after payment, not before. You learn faster when real money is involved. Small offers. Small clients. Real feedback. That's how skill turns into income. And once one skill starts paying you, everything changes. Money stops feeling random. You understand cause and effect. Effort in, cash out. Now here's the key part. The people who win aren't the most motivated. They're the fastest learners. They test. They adjust. They improve. Which brings us to the third point. And this one separates dreamers from builders. Fast learning, not motivation. Motivation feels good, but motivation doesn't make you rich. If it did, everyone watching Get Rich Quick videos would already be rich. Here's the truth about people who get rich fast. They are not more motivated than you. They just learn faster. Most people wait to feel motivated. They wait to feel ready. They wait to feel confident. And while they wait, nothing changes. People who know how to get rich quick think differently. They act first, then they learn from the result. Fast learning means short cycles. Try, fail, fix, repeat. That's it. Let me give you a simple example. Two people start the same side hustle. Person A and Person B. Person A watches videos for 3 months, takes notes, plans everything. Person B launches in 1 week, makes mistakes, gets feedback. After 3 months, Person B is ahead. Not because they're smarter, but because they learned in real life. This is how people get rich fast in the real world, not by thinking, but by testing. Motivation is emotional. Learning is mechanical. Motivation goes up and down. Learning compounds. And here's why this matters for money. Markets move fast. Trends change. Opportunities close. If you learn slowly, you miss the window. Fast learners adapt. They don't say, "This didn't work, I quit." They say, "This didn't work, what do I change?" That mindset alone can save you years. Here's another illustration. Learning is like GPS. You don't need the full map before driving. You start moving, the GPS adjusts. People chasing how to get rich fast often want perfect certainty. But certainty comes from movement, not planning. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Fast learning requires ego control. You have to be okay looking bad at first, posting imperfect work, launching unfinished ideas. Most people avoid this. That's why they stay average. If you want speed, accept being a beginner in public. That's the price. And once you learn fast, the next challenge shows up. You start making money. But you also start wanting to spend it. Which brings us to the fourth point. And this one decides who stays rich and who goes broke. Delaying pleasure. The fastest way to stay broke is simple. Spend money the moment you make it. This one habit kills more chances at financial freedom than low income ever does. If you really want to learn how to get rich, you have to master one uncomfortable skill. Waiting. Most people don't lose because they don't earn enough. They lose because they spend too fast. New money comes in. New lifestyle goes out. That cycle destroys personal finance. People who understand how to build wealth think differently. They don't ask, "What can I buy now?" They ask, "What can this money become later?" Let's make it simple. You earn an extra $500 this month. Option A. New phone, new clothes, quick dopamine, money gone. Option B. Invest in a skill, buy time, reinvest into income, money grows. Same $500, two very different futures. Delaying pleasure doesn't mean living miserable. It means choosing future freedom over short-term comfort. That's the trade. This is one of the most important money skills. Rich people aren't special. They just delay rewards longer. That's why they win. For example, most people celebrate income with spending. Wealth builders celebrate income with reinvestment. That habit alone can change your entire life. And this matters even more in the first 6 months. Early money should be fuel, not trophies. Fuel builds systems. Trophies just look good. This is the difference between appearing rich and becoming rich. And here's the part most people don't realize. Delaying pleasure actually reduces stress. Why? Because when you have savings, skills, and options, you stop panicking. You stop chasing every paycheck. That's when financial freedom starts to feel real. But even with discipline, there's one more thing that decides everything. You can work hard. You can be patient. But if you're playing the wrong game, you still lose. Which brings us to the final point. Playing the right game. Most people don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because they're playing a game that can't be won. And no get-rich-quick trick can fix that. If you want to get rich fast, effort alone is not enough. You need the right game. Different games have different rules. Working harder at the wrong game just makes you tired. Most people are stuck in linear games. Time in, money out, miss a day, lose the pay. You can work harder, you can work longer, but the result barely changes. That's why chasing how to get rich quick inside a linear game almost never works. Now, compare that to leverage games. You build something once. It keeps paying you. Examples: content that gets views for years, skills you can sell to many clients, products that scale, systems that don't need you every hour. Same effort, bigger upside. This is how people actually get rich fast compared to everyone else. Let me make it simple. Imagine 2 video games. Game A, you press one button, you get 1 coin every time. Game B, you learn the rules, you build tools, coins multiply. Which game would you rather play? Most people never stop to ask that question. They just grind. People chasing how to get rich fast often look for shortcuts. But the real shortcut is choosing a game with upside. Here's the key idea. You don't need to be the best. You need to be in a game where being better actually pays. That's it. This is why some people seem to explode in 6 months. Not luck, not magic. They picked a game where results compound. And here's the good news. You don't need to change everything overnight. Start by asking, does this scale? Can this work without me every hour? Does effort stack or reset every day? If the answer is no, it's probably the wrong game. So if you remember one thing from this entire video, remember this. Getting rich fast isn't about speed. It's about direction. Pick the right game, and progress finally starts to make sense. If this video is useful, please share and comment. And if you like financial content like this, like and subscribe this channel. Hundreds K.